All right, more now on DA Hochman's news conference and what could be ahead for the Menendez brothers. We are joined by criminal defense attorney Lou Shapiro. Welcome, Lou.
Hi, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. So your initial reaction, first off, to today's announcement?
Well, it didn't catch me by surprise because Hochman just a few weeks ago came out and said that he is not seeing the cause of the Menendez brothers. He wasn't supporting the habeas petition. In fact, they were going to be filing an opposition to it. And he said he would get back to everyone else regarding how they would feel about a resentencing motion as well. But we could tell by the tone in his voice, the details he was laying out, that it was not going to be a good day for the Menendez brothers today.
So this hearing that's moving forward next week, let's talk about that. Hochman is basically making the case against resentencing to a public who in recent months has become much more sympathetic to the brothers. What do you make of this strategy?
Well, Hochman is trying to play it both ways with this offer. He basically has made the Menendez brothers an offer that they have to refuse, because he's saying, we, the DA's office, would reconsider our position on how we view you in terms of releasing you if you alter your position and come to the table and take ownership and accountability for what you did years ago. And Hochman knows deep down that that's not going to happen. So this is a sort of a strategic way for him politically to save face, in the sense that it appeases the people who are for the Menendez brothers, because he's telling them, I'm giving them a way out. They just have to do what I'm asking them to do, potentially. And it also makes the other side content, because he's not just opening up the door and letting them walk out.
But it sounds like a trap.
It does sound like a trap, but the trap is not on Hochman. The trap is on the Menendez brothers, and that's why it is well played.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So you're a criminal defense attorney. You're not associated with this case. What would be your next move, though, if you were defending the brothers?
So at this point, it's obvious that I'm not going to make any headway with the DA's office. So I'm going to focus all my energy on Governor Newsom. And I'm going to put my best foot forward, even using this upcoming hearing, which I know he will hear about, to show all the steps I've taken to rehabilitate, to change myself, to show that I no longer pose a danger to society, do my best in terms of how I present to the parole board, because that assessment is being conducted on the orders of Newsom. That's where I'm going to be channeling it all.
Yeah, so that seems like the most likely outcome here is to go for that channel than the habeas or the resentencing at this point, is clemency.
Correct. That seems to be the most likely, and it's not a slam dunk either, because remember, Governor Newsom very likely will be running for president. So something like this, which is carrying national attention, he will be handling it very delicately. And I'm sure there's polls being conducted behind the scenes on what effect it will have on his candidacy, depending on how he rules in this one.
Boy, we're talking a lot about politics and candidates. Let's talk about this tug of war between politics, justice, as we look at the action by DA Hochman today and the former DA, George Gascon. How much do you think politics played a role in Gascon's push for resentencing, and then for what Hochman is doing?
I think it played a big role because at the time when Gascon was going into the election, he knew the polls weren't looking good. So he needed something different. He needed something fresh, something extreme, a Hail Mary, if you will. And I think he tried that with the Menendez brothers, because after that Netflix special came out, there seemed to be a lot of noise in support of them. So I think he thought maybe this could be something that could turn the tide and get voters to go my way. Turns out it's more of a, call it not a silent majority, but more like a minority that's just very loud. So in that sense, now we go to Hochman. Hochman's like, I'm the new guy in town. We're running things differently in this office, and this is the way we're going to play it. Not like the old regime. This is the new regime.
Criminal defense attorney Lou Shapiro, we thank you for your insight tonight and for joining us. Always good to see you. See you back
Likewise.
here. Yeah, we'll see you back here soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Jim, I'm just following up about our last